Well, maybe we're live. Oh, good morning. Old Mack's still alive. Well, here it is, almost the beginning of the weekend. Sunshine, the sun is up, looking good. Uh, I hope all of y'all feel as good as I do. Come on, folks, wake up. Wake up. We don't have anybody on here yet. Well, I had some really nice people to subscribe to my channel yesterday or last night. Oh, Motorbomb, good morning. I think you probably have one more day of labor, but you don't go to work till like 11 o'clock, so you still got a little time on the old clock up there to spend with Old Mac. uh, Anyhow, I tell you what, Old Mac is going to do. Here, Motorbomb. Here, this is just for you. There's one here. There's another right there. Don't spend them all at the same place. I got a machine that makes those. What the hell? I see something. What is that right there? Oh, a piece of red lint. Lint. I thought I had a tick. Let's party. Hell yes. Um, we're going to party tomorrow because uh, Ray and Miss Katybug, if the good Lord is willing, we're going to be able to get together tomorrow. We may have 2 days together. Um, the weather looks 86, 88 degrees. Perfect riding weather. T-shirt riding weather. Um, it's going to be fun. I like being a tour guide. Oh, welcome to Alabama. Alabama has many rednecks. You'll find pickup trucks with big tires, and sometimes there'll be a hooting and a hollering a little bit out the window there, and they'll always be shooting their guns. Now, the gun shooting is not bad when you do it in fun. Just a yeah, woo hee. Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? When there's only you and I can sing to you, Motorbomb. Nobody else will hear it. Well, my niece caught up with me last night on a live feed. I'd already turned it off, but she went back and watched my live feed. She's moving. Her and they're doctors, and they're moving to Vietnam. They're having a big boat built in Vietnam. They like sailing on the ocean, and they're going to go on like a worldwide tour starting. Right now they're down in the Baja of Mexico. They're going to sail out from there, and they're going to end up in Vietnam sometimes next year, 2025, and they're going to live over there for a while their big boat is being built. The Vietnamese people, they build some really, really great boats. and they're going to do the worldwide thing. And both of them, being doctors, they uh, pretty well know how to take care of any situation that might come up. And I'm proud for them. They've worked hard all their life. Sheila is a dear, sweet niece. I believe I hope I said she was my niece. Yeah, she's a dear, sweet niece. That's my sister Joyce's daughter, and it was good catching up with them. I haven't run across them. I have people all around the world. I mean, I got people everywhere. I mean, relatives, blood relatives, and back during the war, we had children, sons, in Afghanistan and Iraq, Kuwait. One of my boys was in Beirut, Lebanon, when the Marines were killed. That was in the 80s. And Mr. Reagan sent my son to Beirut. He was in the Marine Corps. So I've got a lot of connections with the Middle East through my children. They've all lived adventurous lives, just like old Mac. Old Mac, he got to go to and do things that a lot of people would love to have got a chance or opportunity to do. My hair really, it looks weird. Well, I don't use any hairspray. It's just old wore out hair hanging up on the side of my head. I saw a cowlick. There a while ago. Oh, they're all individual children that have their own goals in their life, and that's the way I was. I was gone from my family for a long time, and then we connected back up, and we're kind of a tight family, but yet each of us are all independent. Um, they all have their own lives, and I'm quite proud of them. I don't get to express it to them as much as I like to, but uh, that's the way life is. Because when you're scattered out like that, it makes it difficult. Yeah, Angelique come floating in here a while ago, and I put in an order for coffee, but she said, "I've got a few more minutes on my show." Uh, I think I mentioned Motor Bomb that had a lot of I had a lot of Asian, Filipino young ladies. I believe they might have came through, might have been from EB or anyhow. Uh, they came in and looked at my stuff, and I went and visited their page, and oh my God, well, you know what it's like to love your children. Uh, I guess I communicate. I have Donald. He's into this kind of stuff, where we talk live, and they the other kids, they live lives where they just don't have the opportunity to get on because they're at work, and they was like I was, a lot of work. I got a lot of grandchildren. I have a son that has been living in Germany for 50 years. And he has a lot of children and grandchildren. He fell in love with a German girl while he was stationed in the army. And he requested to marry the German girl. And the U.S. Army said, "No way, Jose." They did a background check, and she was German, living in West Germany. However, a grandparent lived in East Germany. And you know, back in the 60s and 70s, you'd rather be dead than red. Well, the military would not allow their soldiers to marry the women if they had any ties to communism. That's the way we functioned then, back in those days. And so he came home when he got discharged. They wanted him to sign up for 4 more years, and he come home and hopped on a little jet plane and back to Germany and married his woman that he loved. And I've never seen any of his children, none of my grandkids that live in Germany. He's raised them like little Germans, you know. Mach schnell! Achtung! I don't know how he's raised them. I'm sure he's, bloodlines of being the way they are. He probably had quite a level of decency about him when it comes to raising his kids. I'm just speculating. Give me a little sip of cold. I get up in the morning. Oh, that's nice and cold. And I have a craving for water. I think it's some of the medication I take. I drink a lot of water. I wonder how come I'm the only, you and I are the only one in here. Wow, that's strange. Is it Friday because everybody is getting ready for the weekend? Some packing their stuff to go down to the beach. Others packing their stuff to go up in the mountains. Others are packing their stuff to go shop at Walmart. You got to put on the right clothes when you go to Walmart. You see some of the. Well, my brother was stationed. That's right. Getting ready. Whoa! Here comes the little sweet pea. Hang on now, babe. There's you're live. Right?
I know. I heard you talking.
This is what they feed us up here at the home. This is what we, up here at the home. They got us some bacon up in here. Angelique done skithered on out here. She got her. Look at got us the old bacon, hash brown. That's what they feed Old Mack. Could somebody come and rescue me and get me out of this home? Damn. I don't know. I got to grumble like an old man. Let me see what we got right here. This is some good stuff right here. See that Whataburger? If you like hot and spicy, look at that ketchup sliding down there. Oh, man. If you like good, hot, look, it says with jalapenos. This dang stuff is good. I can almost suck it out of the bottle. she said she's going to bring me coffee. And what did she do? She brings me, look, you get to see me as I squirt my, let me see if I can get a stream going here. Yeah, yeah. Let me, women love that, you know, you get like, it gives that, when they hug you, they go, ooh, you're so spicy. Oh, Whataburger makes a pretty good hamburger, and I like their spicy ketchup. So I buy Whataburger ketchup, and it is good. I also buy um, Diablo Taco Bell Diablo sauce. I buy a jug of it. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. As you can see, that little critter, she done brought me some coffee. And old Buck, see that used to be my name. They used to call me Old Uncle Buck. The relatives. I had relatives that did. Good morning, American Outlaw. Well, me and Motorball, we've been holding down this thing here for 16 minutes, and we just been waiting for somebody to come in and join us. And you and Motorball just catch up with one another. Oh, I guess it's impolite to eat in front of people, but old Uncle Buck Mac. Is so hungry. I promise to chew quietly. What did we do, American Outlaw, without our microwave? I'm going to tell you something. In 1970, 75, I bought a Sharp. In 1975, I bought a Sharp microwave. And everybody was afraid of them. You know, those things, the microwave put off radiation and it might make you sterile. And, you know, all those rumors that went around that microwave would kill you. And beware, be cautious. But Sharp made this carousel microwave in 1975, 76. And I had a friend to come over. And my wife said, let me warm your coffee up. Well, he handed her the cup, my friend, and she goes in there and opens the door and sticks the cup in there. And he started it up. And he said, what is that? And she said, it's the microwave. And he said, aren't you supposed to warn people when the microwave is turned on? Because you remember we used to go to a restaurant and it would say, warning, microwave in use. You guys remember that? That's the fear people had of the microwave. And look at us today. You got to heat your coffee up in the morning. You got to you go out there in the shop and you come back and your cup of coffee you really wanted to sit down and enjoy has already gotten cold. So you stick it in the old microwave and nuke it there for a minute or so. And my God, we couldn't live without a microwave today. They're a way of life. But I remember the people that were so afraid of them. I think a motor bomb back in the days when the warning the microwave in this restaurant in use, it was for people that had pacemakers. In the old days, the pacemaker could be. Oh, you want me to quit talking and start eating? All right, I'll take the hint. All right. You guys just talk amongst yourself. Oh, specialized in just warming your coffee up. Well, the train just pulled in. I have to go down after a while to grind her switch and pick up Aunt B. She came in on the 801 special. It's 4 minutes early. I'm glad you boys come and joined us this morning. Can you say hello to the boys up there? just woke up, didn't you? Hmm? Oh, wow. Look right here. Bacon. Mm. Ah, many love bacon. Bacon. Hey, look, buddy. Hang on. I got another bite for you. Are you ready? Here. Come on, buddy. Whoa, yeah. Him and I, we eat breakfast together. Hey, we got some more people coming and joined us. I see the number going up. I heard old Uncle Old Mac was having breakfast, so they thought they'd come and join me. Take a little bite. Right here. There you go. Now, hey, don't eat it all. Yeah, they say it shows 4 over there. 1 thumbs up. Out of the 4, 1 of them likes it. Can't beat those odds. I don't do it for the numbers. I do it just to be with you guys, just spend some time with you. And no, it's real. It's the real thing. American Outlaw. Angelique loves turkey bacon, and she buys that. This is regular. You can see it swiveled up there, but she will buy that already cooked bacon, and she'll put it in the microwave. She likes that. She likes anything that she can speed up the process. We go to Philadelphia, Mississippi. It's a 200-mile ride over there. The shortest you can get there from my house is just over 200 miles to Philadelphia, Mississippi. And we go over and buy bacon. They've been making bacon there since 1904. They opened for business in 1904. Good morning, Mr. Hooligan. And we go over and buy our bacon over there, but she asked me, let's go over and do it again. I told her, I said, let's wait till a little bit deeper into the fall by then they'll be cycled into the this year's kill, because they go through quite a bit of process. The hogs are grown there, and not too close, a few miles away, and then the pork comes up there and they process it, smoke it. Oh, it's so good. Oh, oh, well, I'll have to go over like I always do and watch him. I'll watch the rerun. Um, I try to squeeze mine in where there's nobody else going to be interfering with anybody else. Well, everybody can just jump around. I mean, we're nobody locked in. That's what it's just a matter of push a button and you'll be over on Dave's, and that's that's really nice. I like it that way, where you can go in and make your comments or see how he's doing, and then if you want to watch the whole thing, you can go back with the rerun and watch the whole thing. A lot of times I have to do reruns too, Motor Mom, is because I'll sometimes spend 2 hours on here with you guys. And then when I finish up here, I'll run back over there and see who, was on and go visit with them. And, when when you've got um, a lot of subscribers and they're posting, um, you get a lot of material coming in. So there's some that I enjoy going over. I have bike riders that lives in the in Indonesia, and he rides. Well, I think Motorbahn, Virginia has some of the friends over in Southeast Asia. Um, they they ride in adverse condition, not because of snow and ice, but hell, there's snakes on the road, big snakes. Um, yeah, when you do a lot of subscribing, you're getting a lot of content coming in, and you have this feeling like you're obligated to go over. I went over this morning. There was a young lady subscribed to me, so I went over to her page, and she had 27,000 subscribers. I went, what? And I clicked on it, and they were like little TikTok things. A lot of them people do a lot of little vertical TikTok things, and so I went through a few shorts and looked at some of the stuff, and I guess everybody read yesterday. It came out on my little news thing I get from the YouTube studio. They're going to start on October the 15th. You're going to be able to do a 3-minute short, and you can use a 60 seconds, no more than 60 seconds, not 1 second more, music, music of your choice. And but if you go 1 second over, your post will be taken down. You won't get a strike, but it'll just be taken down. 3 minutes. Oh, and here's the big part. You don't have to be a little TikToker. You don't have to be the little vertical guy. You can be square, not the little vertical. So I like that. So you can get more content on a square picture than you can a little vertical, a little skinny little vertical picture. Good morning to Ray Gregory. Here, Ray, just help you out on your sugar right here. Take a little bite of this bacon here. There you go. Mm. Bye-bye, Motorbomb. Not Motorbomb, Hooligan. Sorry, Hooligan. Ray, I usually don't eat in front of people, but she fixed breakfast this morning, and so I was given permission by Motorbomb Virginia to just eat, and y'all could talk amongst yourselves. I'm finished. I knocked that off, man. Hey, Theo, hang on, buddy. Hang on, little buddy. Okay, you're gonna get you some bacon. Ugh. His bacon looks better than my bacon. I've been tempted to try a piece of it to see what it tastes like. Look at his bacon compared to my bacon. Mine was thin, but it was tasty. Here we go, buddy. There you go. He got his bacon. There he goes. He's going. Oh, he went to his bed. He's got an eating den over there. Well, Ray, I ordered coffee this morning, and she brought me breakfast. She fixed me hash browns, scrambled eggs, and bacon. They treat us bad up here at the home. I ain't kidding. I hope everybody is feeling as good as I am today. I am. My feet ain't hurting. Not right now. And yeah, I have a problem with my little feeties, my little feet. as a diabetic, um, one of the things you really don't want to happen is to have anything to go wrong with your feet. If you can see right here, there's a sore that goes from here over to here. Right now I've got it kind of under control, but I'm gonna have to go to the doctor because I can't get it to heal up. It just, oh, I tell you, I shift. Maybe I'm doing that from where I shift. That's where I shift. I slide my feet under there, under the pedal. I don't lift up on these toes out here on the end, Ray, because with neuropathy. Am I dead? Am I just sitting there talking to myself? Well, I don't know. Well, neuropathy, I can't feel the end of my toes very good. So okay. I was making sure I hadn't lost. Uh, the rest of the feet is good. I can move my toes and everything, but boy, I tell you that neuropathy crap is a killer. Ray, I don't know if you have it with your diabetes, if you have any neuropathy, but I've had mine since I was 71 years of age, is when neuropathy set in. And I went through, I guess, 5 or 6 bad years, and we wrote it out. Oh, Ray, well, you know the feeling. You get off your motorcycle and the bottom of your feet are numb, and you try to walk across a parking lot, and you feel awkward because you're placing your feet like a duck, and you're not for sure if you got a good solid foundation under there. I just don't earn the day talking about that crap. But for people that do have neuropathy, oh, God bless you. And the old leg over here, I have to. That leg here is kind of like it's been broken twice. This leg here it was broken 1980, 86, 85. I broke it bad in Moses Lake, Washington. And now this one is still healing up from the last break. And they broke both of the bones that time. I don't have brittle bones now. They do the bone density. I just have some bad falls. I mean, I get too much. Yeah. That's what I tell my relatives every time I end up breaking my leg or something. Oh, I drank a little bit too much last night. And they believe it. Ray, you wasn't in here a while ago, but my niece, she contacted me on my live. I'd already went off, and she went and saw the recap. And she told me last night that they're moving to Vietnam. They're having a big sailing craft built in Vietnam. They've already contracted. They've already flew over there and got the contractors that's going to build it. So they're going to take their boat. They're living in Acapulco or down in Baja, and they're going to go from Baja. They're going to sail out of here, I think around January, and they're heading over to get their new boat over in Vietnam. They're going to live over there for a while. They're both doctors, they're medical people, so they'll have a skill trade They're not working. They're retired, but are they? I believe that's what. No, they are retired. It's hard to think I've got a niece that's already worked a lifetime and is retired. Oh, they grew up so fast. Ray, do you have a lot of children? God love you, man. 3 children, 10 grandchildren. Uh, when you was a young critter running around, I say when you was 20. Let's just go back to when you was 20. You was running around. You could never imagine the life you was going to have. It got you to where you are today. When I was 20, my life was just really getting started. There were so many possibilities. Nothing like we got today. Kids born today with all kinds of possibility. Computer skills, things like that. I had basically when I got out of the military, I had truck driving skills, but I knew about truck driving and did truck drive before I even went into the military. But I expanded my overall truck driving abilities with the different equipment. Yep, I know. All of us have got a story. When you get here to this point right here, and you look back and you go, "Wow, this." Maybe I could have done this a little bit different, or maybe I should have done that, or maybe I shouldn't have done that. But that's all that bullshit, all that speculating. Uh, there's just no future looking back. The future is that away. And we got to be looking and thinking about the future of where we're going to go from here. I can see in my future more riding. And I think tomorrow is going to be at the beginning of a whole new riding adventure. I'm going to have guests. I'm going to be the tour guide, and I'll get to show and showcase some of the natural beauty of Alabama. And I'm really looking forward to it. You've done a lot of hard riding this week, Ray. My hat's off to you. Oh, you can be feeling kind of stuffy headed. You can be feeling, well, maybe just a little indigestion, or you can be feeling kind of maybe just blah from uh, maybe some things that happened during the week or whatever. And you kind of feeling, you go out there and you throw that leg over that seat. Hey, sick. And once you push that button over there and that motor comes to life, you begin to feel better immediately. And you hold on to the handlebars and you could feel the power surging up through your arms, your chest, and stimulating your heart. And then you drop it over the big clunk into gear. When I was out there, American Outlaw, when I was stationed over there, I had a CB 750 Honda. And I went out there in the mornings, and the bike would be so cold, it would be just solid like it's from, and the motor would go. She'd fire up the laugh. And you'd have to let it run for quite a while, let the oil circulate, because you could, when you put it in gear there, if you don't have the fluids circulating good, it clunks real hard. And Old Mack, don't forget Old Mack. You got to come back for Old Mack. Sick. Welcome to my world. When I was over in Great Falls, well, we used to ride from Seattle over to Sturgis, but when I was in Great Falls, we had nothing but all that beautiful riding country. It was so open. Well, when they finally transferred us down to Missouri, oh hell, it was like a whole new world. We got down there. Well, when we got to Sedalia, Missouri, on January the 19th of 1979, January the 19th, 1979 is when we arrived. It was below zero. And they said we brought all that cold weather with us from the Dakotas. But we came out of Montana, but it was really cold up there. Within just days, it was 70 degrees. Old Mac was out there cruising in Missouri. And we used to ride from Sedalia, Missouri, or Whiteman Air Force Base, and we'd ride up to Kansas City on our bikes. YouTube. What is that link? Let me see. What is that link? Oh, I did. We did Mount Rushmore. We rode down there, a whole bunch of us. We did that. I had a friend that lived in Spearfish. His wife was a teacher in Spearfish. His name was Roger Granlund. So Mrs. Granlund, she was a beautiful lady. He was a Finlander, and we used to call Roger the Fabulous Finlander on his helmet. We had put Dynatape, the Fabulous Finlander. He was, what a guy, man! I tell you, he was quite a guy. I'm sure he's gone now. I sung for later. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah, Roger was a fabulous guy, and he had a beautiful wife. She was a school teacher. Oh, we didn't have teachers like Roger. Roger's wife was beautiful. Our teachers are old, looked like they was, they worked up at the insane asylum, before they come to teach us, just to get a little training. Well, Sick, I'm hoping you're feeling good today. I'm hoping life is good to you. As for me, how could it be any better? When my feet hit the floor, my bed's right over there. And if you can see it, it's not made up in it. It looks like I watered around a little bit last night, but I don't remember nothing about last night. I went to bed. I was on my left side, and I rolled over to the right side, and the world collapsed. I opened my eyes, and it was 6:45. It was like lights out. I love it that way. No what, having to get up and go to the bathroom 3 or 4 times tonight. It was great just to sleep. Man, my cup is getting low. I wish I was like the American Outlaw. I had me a coffee thing sitting right here. I just reach over and push a button. I can't get them up. I can't get them up. I can't get them up this morning. I can't get them up. I can't get them up. I can't get them up this morning. It's ingrained in your brain, American Outlaw. You'll never get rid of that sound. And I like to retreat like that. Oh, man. Rebel is, you've got a horrible day ahead of you. You've got 12 miles. You've got to pack all that stuff on your back. And they already told you tomorrow we're going to do a 12-mile forced march. And in the military, now you may not have that term in the new modern army, but when they said forced march, they want you to average 4 miles per hour. And when you got a full pack of gear on your back, I got a picture of me with a complete everything packed on my back, including my weapon, high up in the Cascade Mountains. Old Mack was healthy. That was 50 years ago. Old Mac can't even hardly lift his cup. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, yeah. There's so many. I'll tell you, even though I only did 6 years of over the road this last time, I did team driving for 4 of the 6 years. And when you team drive, you're on 5 and off 5, on 5 and off 5. And, you do this. The first week is fine. The second week is fine. Third week, it begins to get old. By the end of the month, it has gotten old. By the end of the year, it's really gotten old. Then you're facing next year, and it's the same thing, 5 on, 5 off. So when you finally get out of bed after you retire from trucking, if you go more than 5 hours, you felt like you've violated your partner's rule about oversleeping or whatever. You get in this routine, you can't go beyond that 5 hours. You remember when you would do one of those, they'd take you out about 11 or 12 miles, and they would let you take a break, and everybody would welcome a break. And they look over there and they say, see that ridge over there? It's 4 miles from here. And here's what's going to happen. you with your rucksack and all your stuff, you're going to head out. And when you get at the top of the hill, the first 1,200 that makes it to the top of the hill, you'll have maybe a battalion out there, or uh, you may be a joint thing where you got a lot of different units coming in on this particular exercise. And they say when you get to the top, the first 1,200 gets to ride back to the base in a 6x6. And you do everything you can to get up to the top before. Well, then here's what happened. You're going up the hill. You're happy as a pig in mud because you can see the top up there is less than a mile from your goal. And you have all this compressed air explosions. You got all kinds of traps and snares set up for you. And then you're having to watch every step that you take. And you're no longer charging. Your heart is pounding so hard you can't hardly breathe. Oh, you done forgot about breathing. It's just, is your heart going to have another beat in it? And then something blows up really close by you. You go, whoa, whoa. And that was the game. Like you said, though, when you made it to the top, or when you finished the force march, or any march, what a feeling of accomplishment. American Outlaw, when you was out there bivouacking out somewhere on the range out there, they had the artillery range over there, and they would shoot the 155s over at Fort Lewis, and you'd be out there bivouacking. You'd be in a fairly safe zone, but the ground would be moving up and down with all the big explosions and stuff, and it's a pretty rough night. But when you finally got when the sun began to come up, you look over there from where you was at in the bivouac. I know that whole area. I mean, I've been all over it. You look over there and there's Mount Rainier standing with all its glory with the snow on the top. And you look at it a long time. You just look at it, it's so beautiful, so magnificent. And and it makes you forget about all that crap last night, all that. See, up there, when they shoot the 155, and it's usually cloudy, rainy, or whatever, and you don't get to see the mountain. But when the when you got a big HE round coming through the air, it's poking through the density of the clouds. It comes across. Woof, 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 woof. That's a scary. It's a scary sound. Am I right? Am I talking about? Have you experienced that when you was at Fort Lewis? It is awesome. When I've had so many of my friends, I took them out fishing. They'd be from Indiana, Illinois, New York, all different kind of places, and they'd say, "God Almighty, when you wake up in June, or when you're lucky enough to be able to see the mountain, you go, it just wipes away all of the struggle of doing the stuff." As a combat engineer, and a lot of people don't understand, not only are you prepared for combat, your skill sets that you're trained to do, but you got to do the bridges. You got the bridges. You can set up these folding bridges. You can build bridges. You can build roads. You can make it possible where a whole army can travel into an area that had never been in. my hat has always been off to the engineers. I got to serve with the 276 Engineer Supply, and we were at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and all we did is load tanks on the flat car, the rail cars, and whatever pieces of artillery that was needed, and the engineering is a thankless job. Them grunts out there, you made that road for them to walk on. You built that bridge for them to cross. And they're bitching and whining about everything, and you've already done all that. And not only did you do that, but you're packing all that crap on your back as a combat soldier. Oh, did you look up bivouacking? Oh, that's a term. I don't know if they even use. Do the kids now, American Outlaw, do they call it bivouacking when you're having to sleep out? We used to sleep in our poncho. You know what a poncho is? Motorbomb, do you know what a poncho is? We used to have to stand road guard, and it's pouring down rain. It'd been raining for 5 straight days. And you stake out your poncho, you unfold it, and you stake out your poncho, and you're directing traffic, and you can hunker down when the traffic is not moving. You can hunker down in your poncho. 864th. Yeah, guard duty, road guard or guard duty, road guard. You had a lot of activities, so you always had to stay on your toes. And I don't. Well, he did the bridges of Madison County. He did a woman in a bridge. I'm sure Clint Eastwood did women in all positions, everywhere, anywhere, at any time. I went to his town. I went to see Clint Eastwood. He was the mayor of, I went to his town. It's over on Highway 101 in the most beautiful Carmel. He was a mayor of Carmel. I went to see, thinking I would go over there and there'd be, hello, my name is Clint Eastwood. I'm your mayor. Oh, hell no. They said nobody ever sees him. Oh man, you was at Fort Leonard Wood. Well, they took us over there and put us in temporary barracks. And the air conditioning went off, and it was August. And I laid there, and I would have so much water coming off of my body that I would roll over on my side. That moisture would start to evaporate, and then I'd roll back into the wet spot, and it'd be so cool. I did my basic at Fort Jackson as well. I was over there on Tank Hill, and we were in tents because the Third Army had just came back from Germany. I think it was replaced with the Fifth Army, the Hell on Wheels group, but we had 25,000 soldiers just came back in from Germany, and they got all the barracks, and we got all the tents. That's where I learned my cadence. Them boys came back from Germany. We'd go over and we'd be having lunch with them, or some training exercise, whatever. And they had these cadence, and this one, I said, what are you guys are saying? It sounds really good. The guy said, well, you might not want to use it, but we can get away with a little bit more stuff than you can. I don't know, but I've been told our old sergeant has a brass asshole. Sound off. I don't know, but I have heard rumors khaki waxwear, no, army waxwear, khaki bloomers. I don't know. They had, probably you guys don't even remember what the wax were. That was right after World War II. Wax. Women Army Air, Women Corps. That's before they had women incorporated in the Army. My brother was killed at Aberdeen. My brother, American outlaw, my brother Gene, was at Aberdeen Proving Ground, but they took some brand new Army amphibious ducks down to Fort Story. They wanted to test them at Fort Story in the beach where they could go. There was a big rock outcropping, and you could go out around this rock. And so on that day, 3 of the soldiers were killed, and he was one of them at Fort Story, Virginia. He's buried in Barstow at the military cemetery in Barstow, California, just right there where the Marine base, there's a cemetery there at out there at the fort. Back in the days, it wasn't even a fort, it was a camp. Camp Irvin turned into be a Fort Irwin, which is America's tank training center. Oh, American outlaw. I preached this for so many years. I wrote Jeff Sessions. He's a senator from Alabama. I wrote Jeff Sessions a letter. My brother is laying out there with no plaque. Now all around him is Vietnam people with their plaques. And he don't have a plaque. He don't have nothing. He's just a spot in the ground. They had to take a metal detector and go out there and show me where my brother is laying right there. What an embarrassment. Our country took his life, but they didn't even give him a plaque. And Jeff Sessions, that low-life piece of shit, Jim, I hate that motherfucker. I'm sorry. Should not have this level of anger. That low-life piece of crap. He was the head of the Senate Affairs, the Veterans Affairs. That's the reason I wrote a letter to him. He told me to get a hold of Barber, a boxer in California, because he enlisted in California. I said, you goddamn piece of low-life and shit. He's an American soldier. His state that he enlisted in should not dictate if he gets a plaque or not. Goddamn low-life and piece of crap. But that anger is gone now. Oh, I didn't even know Clint Eastwood was in the bridge over River Kwai. Oh, I do get angry, but I don't mean to be harmful or say things that would hurt somebody's feelings. He had feelings. He never got to express his feelings. He died when he was 18 years old, doing something he loved. He loved America. He was my hero. But I don't have anybody to pick up the sword and run with it. I wrote The Last President, and they never responded at all. I had friends of mine to write The Last President and see if he could do something about my brother before I died. I'd left to drive to California Well, I didn't have no decision. American Outlaw, when my brother was killed, I was not even 16 years old. I turned 16 after. See, he was killed on May the 8th, 1956, and I didn't turn 16 until June the 30th. My mother, they took care of all that. They, they said, "Hey, Lucky, he took his training here at Camp Irvin, and there's a cemetery there that, you know, so I didn't have no decision on where they decided to bury him. But I have been trying to correct that for over 60 years, and we haven't gotten anywhere. So he's going to lay there forgotten. And I won't be buried with nobody either. They're going to, Angelique's already got it all. They're going to take me right up there to Cullman, and they're going to fry me over there. Shake and bake. Oh, Jerry's going to be dust. She's going to go up there and dump me up yonder at my cemetery. We took Ruth, when my wife died, we took her to the Cascade Mountains at Mount Baker in Washington, and we took her ashes up there at the river at Mount Baker, coming down out of Mount Baker, coming down there, and we had Angelique dispersed our ashes. Oh, hey, I didn't even know nothing before I was born. It was black. There was nothing here. There's not even a little twinkle of light that was anything to me. And when I leave here, there was a beautiful movie called Fade to Black. That's how I envision that I will fade to black. I go to my family cemetery, and I'm the only one that ever goes. Oh, sure, occasionally they will go if somebody dies, but I go up there and visit them after they're gone. I go 2 or 3 times a year. That's just the way I was raised. So today you can't hire anybody to go see. You don't have anybody goes to what we call Decoration Day, to go pay respect to the dead. You don't have none of that stuff. So why would you want to lay off in a place over there in the woods? My cemetery is deep in the woods, and it don't make no sense. We're going to do what's right and good for the ecology. Well, anyhow, we got off morbid again. See, it don't take long to get morbid when you start talking about old stuff. People starting to leave. See, we had 4, now we're down to 3. But you got to understand this, American Outlaw, and you do understand it, that death is a part of life. It's odd to say that. You are born, you live, and then you go away. It's a life cycle. And when I was in the 6th grade of school, they told me there's a thing called a bell curve. And they explained how the bell curve worked. And they had, for an example, if you was born in 1940, I was born June the 30th, 1940. You was expected to live 67 years. I beat the odds. I'm on the other side of the bell curve. And you know what is wonderful? I'm down so far down on the bell curve on the other side, I don't even know where the drop-off point is. We're fixing to go into black. There's my little buddy. Oh, he's over there. There he is. Hey, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. Whoa, come on, buddy. Roll over on your back. Roll over on your back. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Whoa. Dead dog. Dead dog. Theo, you're just like a little piece of clay. Look at him laying over there. Brrr. We started talking about all that dead stuff. American Outlaw. We started talking all that dead stuff, and look at my dog. Look at my dog. Look what it done to him. Man, dogs. Oh, dogs are a gift from God. I really, truly believe it. That little fella knows when I'm hurting. He does. He comes over, and if I cough, he'll come over. He'll check me out. He is like my daddy. He's older than I am in dog years. He's older than me. No, the video has not stopped working. He just perfectly still. Are you okay, little buddy? He's 15 years old. He'll be 15 in just next month, and he's a good little guy. We got him when he was 8 weeks old, and we went over there to get another dog that I had told my wife about. And he come up and sat down in front of me, and his little eyes were moving around in his head. He was actually moving his eyes around. He was like looking me over. He wasn't just standing there looking straight at my eyes. I thought, oh, little guy, little 8-week-old little fellow. We brought him home, and he's been sick. You see him laying over, but dead dog, roadkill. Oh, little buddy, he liked his belly rubbed. You okay, little buddy? He brings me a lot of company. Yeah. Dead dog. I used to have a gun over there in my drawer, but I moved it because every time I'd open the drawer, I'd have to move the gun. It was a big gun. Now I think it's a 44, and it's in a holster. But I think I've put it. I was going to get my big 40. I was going to. One time I pulled that thing out. It's got a long barrel, 6-inch barrel on it, and I aimed it. And somebody said, "You got to be careful of that thing." The hammer wasn't back. It's a revolver. And I think my nearest gun is over there. But I don't know for YouTube. They don't like guns. You got to be careful. I've got a lot of videos of guns in them. I got them where they do this, We was out there shooting, and burned up a lot of ammunition in my gun range. And one time I did a video, all my guns were hanging into trees. They was hanging all over the trees. I had a FN FAL. Does anybody know what an FN FAL is? Raise your hand if you know what an FN FAL. I'll give you a clue. It's the worldwide acceptable weapon. It's all around the world. You think, well, AK-47, they're all around the world. Yeah, but they're not the weapon that an FN FAL is. An FN FAL is a 308 that can go full auto, and not just a new American full auto 3-round burst. They did that to cut down on the cost, burning up a lot of ammo. But if you pull the trigger there, it would empty out a 30 round. I don't think it only held 20 rounds. And you can't shoot it. It has a muzzle brake on it. An FN FAL has 9 positions out on the end of the barrel that you can cut down on the amount of gas that goes back in for chambering your rounds up, and you can slow that down where the cyclate rate is a lot lower. And it has these ports in the barrel. You got out there where you put your bayonet on, you got these ports, and it releases the gas, and you don't get the kick. So a little old 90-pound girl can pick up an FN FAL, and she can go full auto. But when you go full auto in position 9, you've only got about 150 yards of accuracy, because you're just spraying out bullets. If you got a close quarter thing where you need to put a lot of rounds down range, that FN FAL in position 9, you can just put, how you do your magazine, you do them back to back, flip it out, turn it over, and go and shoot another 20 rounds. You can put 40 rounds down in a minute with no problem. And you're just spraying bullets all out there, Big stuff, 308. May have to get my stethoscope out and check and see if he's still alive. There's only 3 of us this morning. We haven't had a big crew. Everybody's in here is a really good human being. Those that are not in here this morning are missing out on not much. They missed out on you guys, but her and I, she's in there getting herself ready, and I got to put some pants on too. We're gonna go. We got a couple places we got to go today. First, I got to go to the bank and get money, because that refrigerator guy that came out, he wanted $100 for yesterday's visit, the 5-minute visit, and I didn't have no cash on hand. Now, how many you don't have quite enough of subs yet to start your own thing, your live streaming? How much further do you got to go before he's live, before you can go live stream? You must be getting pretty close. Our little buddy needs his belly scratched. You need 50 to stream. Oh hell, you got how many? You got a lot, don't you, buddy? You got a lot of stream, don't you have? I haven't looked. if you don't have a lot of subs there, go get Maria. Oh, you have 34. Go get Maria, and she can fix you up with lots of subs because people will come to your page and her and EB, both of those people, they toss you some bananas. I did 800 and something pretty well over the years. I've been on here since me and Motorball, we talked about this. Whenever YouTube got started out, I got started with them. So I don't remember. I got videos that goes back to 2007, I think. I don't remember exactly, but I was monetized way back a long time ago. I never did capitalize on it because I had no interest in it. But back then, they was putting commercials on your page when you monetized, and I didn't have no interest in none of that crap. So I took the monetization thing off. Well, then they changed the rules, and you had to have so much more. But I think it shows up there. I've got everything including advanced. I can do almost everything, but I don't have enough to reach the to be monetized, which I have no interest in being. I'm just sort of like an egotistical guy that want to be seen by a lot of people, and I don't want to be paid for them seeing me. It's just a matter of preference. Scratch your little belly. Little buddy, you're a good little guy. Yeah, that's me. I just want to be with you guys. I just, first of all, when you're retired and you got your income and everything set the way you want it, so you stay within the tax structure. I just finished my tax thing. This is the last year for taxes, and next year I won't have to file. I did have to file this year, but I'm gonna be finished with it. And it took me 84 years to achieve that. So I don't have no intent to see anything growing or changing to where I have to go back up there and pay them $199 to figure out how they can get me back $3. It don't make sense. It don't make good money sense. And when you have to pay somebody to watch your videos, or it should be all about friendship and stuff like that. But then again, YouTube being a huge corporation, oh, of course, I really you remember biblically speaking when Jesus went into the temple and he kicked the money changers over. Hello, riding a Ruby. He kicked the money changers' tables over, and in one of the passages, he talked about paying unto Caesar. That's paying your taxes. He had no opposition. Jesus did not have opposition to paying taxes. Pay unto Caesar. Give your tithes, but pay unto Caesar. And I have paid unto Caesar for a long time. Ruby, I'm glad you got here when you did. Um, I was in my walker, my hovercraft, my little scooter. You know, you run around in a scooter, and I hit my dog with my little runaround, the little electric chair they give you, you know, to ride around here at the nursing home. I hit my dog over there. Ruby, do you have any hints on how to revive a dog after it's been hit? It's like, you know, when a school bus hits a pinto. Oh yeah, oh, look at him, poor little guy. We tried to, I tried to like rise. I just don't have that. I don't have rise. No, I don't have it. Uh, oh, mouth to mouth. I don't know. I've seen where that mouth has been. He was just licking it. Uh-oh. Look, look. You got the power, Ruby. You got the power. Just just you being in here, look what it's done. He's showing signs of life. It's a miracle, I tell you. We're going to have to go on to a meet. We're going to get riding on Ruby and an American Outlaw, and maybe Old Sick would be with us, and Motorbomb Virginia, and we'll form a league. We'll call ourselves Motor Tire, Motor Tire Deacons, Motor Tire Deacons. You know, motoring. You know, we go from town to town and set up tent revivals. And the way it works now, I get up in front now. I'm gonna be the Jim Baker, the guy that's gonna do the, you know, the shouting and hollering up in the front, and Motorbomb and Sick Bastard and American Outlaw. What happens? I'm gonna put down a tarp on the floor in the tent, and I'm gonna get them all worked up into a real frenzy. And when they're jumping up and down, there's gonna be loose change falling out of their pockets. And when I get them down on the floor, rolling around, they're going, maybe a wallet or two might fall out. You boys gather that stuff up. And of course, we're going to pass the basket around too, you know. What I'm going to do, I'm going to buy a bunch of white T-shirts. And I'm going to have Sick to go down to the little lake. There's a little lake right there where we're going to have the tent set up. And he's going to pour in 5 or 6, maybe the colors of the rainbow in the lake dye. And then when we go down for the baptism for $10.95, not only do you get baptized and see the light, but you'll come out with a new tie-dyed shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna let American Outlaw. He's young and strong, because some of them big old hefty heifers, you know, that's going to be wanting to be baptized. They're going to be pretty heavy, and when you lower them down in the water, we're going to use the American Outlaw. He can do the dipping, and when they come up out of there, I've been saved, and they're going to have the tie-dyed shirts, and I give Sick over there the thumbs up. It's working, and Motorbomb Virginia, his job is line them up and get them to going in there. You know, some of them maybe might be a little afraid of the different color of water, so he's got a lot of cattle prod. He gets them going in there, and then once I get a hold of them down there, I'll do the dipping. No, we're going to have American Outlaw. He's going to do the dipping. With the Grateful Dead on the shirt. Yeah, Grateful Dead. We're going to make a fortune. I can see this right now. It's all about entrepreneurship. You know, we're going to get a small business license. And Yeah, the rubber tired deacons. We're gonna call ourselves the rubber tired deacons.
What?
Rubber tired deacons. Angelique don't know about this. You're gonna be working the crowd too. I'll have the pole up there so you can do some pole dancing up in the front
Ready for me.
to lure them up to the front. And no, we're gonna have a bell. You hold them down till you hear the bell. Bing, 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 and you bring them up then. Yeah, our rubber tired deacons, we're going to be on our Harleys and our Hondas and our mopeds and our hover around scooters. Well, we go from town to town, city to city, setting up the big tent. We're going to be like in that movie years ago. It's an old movie. What was in? He was a deacon. He was a deacon, and what was the name of it? Oh, it was a good movie. And the guy drank a little whiskey, and then he'd baptize them. And I forget the name of it. In the days and times we live in now, you got to be always thinking outside the box. For $100, that's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal, I could. Oh yeah. Is that before or after the crucifixion? Because I got to be able to use my hands, to ride the Harley. See, when you get an organization, and we will incorporate. We'll have an LLC to protect us. And listen to this. When we have to travel great distances, we're going to have riding on Ruby to drive our bus. We're going to have a bus for the deacons to ride in. And in the back there, we're going to have our Harleys on a trailer. And when we get where we're going, then we'll ride around and pass out the leaflets, and everything. And it'll be a kind of like see what we do, we'll have on Saturday like a swap meet. And we'll pass out flyers and everything. And you buy the shirt. We sell you the shirt for $49.95, a white shirt. For an extra $10, we'll tie that for you on a Sunday when we do the baptizing. And you got to work every angle. I mean, there's a lot of money out there. I mean, money to get wealthy in this life, you gotta work all the schemes. At Christmas time, we'll work the Christmas angle there, Ruby. Hang on, let me do this. I don't go away. You all right, little buddy? Don't go away now. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna show you a preview. I'm gonna reenact what it's gonna look like when riding on Ruby, when we do the Christmas motif, when we get all set up for Christmas. Hang on now. Ho, 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 ho. Uh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Riding on Ruby. For $100, as long as I got Riding on Ruby's approval, we got the perfect scenario. Of course, I'll switch out of my white robe. I'll be in my big red robe with the big belt buckle. Ho 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 ho! Oh. What do you mean I look like a hoe? What do you mean? What are you trying to say? Well, this is Christmas before Christmas. I'm making a list and I'm checking it twice. If you've been naughty or if you've been nice, Santa Claus will get in your wallet this year. He laughs when he takes your money. Ho, 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 ho. He smiles real big when he grabs your chump change. Now, do you want the pony? Now, listen to this. We got to clarify this. Do you want the pony that you put the quarter in and it rocks back and forth? All right, so we got American Outlaw taken care of. Ruby, oh Ruby. Women, I got you. It's going to cost you $10 extra. Now, do you want them live or do you want them that you have to blow up? We got them too, but we'll throw them in for free. Oh, you want live warm ones, But listen, I'm going to tell you something about having a bunch of women. All right, let's say I can do this for you. Riding up Ruby, I can do this for you. But think about this. Let's say you're in a room of, well, you said you wanted a bunch of women. I'll just give you, say, 10 big busted. I'm sure you want big busted women. Tiny waist, right? Plum shape, but I'm sure. And but let's say you're in a room of 10 of them. Ruby, when are you going to take me get me some new shoes? After a while, you're just going, get the hell out of here. Yeah, go to Kennison Street, Kennison. Go to Kennison in Maryland, and oh, but listen to this. All right, so let's say you're tough and you can get over all the yapping because they're going to be bitching. They're going to be bitching at one another. Women don't like one another. They'll go, I don't like the way she wears her hair. If I was her, I would not do my nails that way. Those nails don't look good. And they're bitching and moaning and everything. But let's say you get up in the morning and they all come in. Well, some of them don't even put clothes on when they sleep. I mean, I find it a little bit repulsive having a big old breasted woman with all that sweat laying on you and everything. Get off me. I insist that they wear a nightgown, some kind of clothes or something. But you get up in the morning and you got one down there rubbing your feet. Oh, Mr. Ruby. Oh, let me rub your feet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me get the back of that neck. Mr. Ruby, can I sit in your lap? I'd like to sit in your lap and tell you my life story. Well, then she crawls in your lap. She only weighs like 85 pounds, but just really shapely. and she's wiggling all over. They don't never quit wiggling. Sick them women. You got some that's wigglers. You got some that's spinners. You got they come in every shape, size. We're losing our audience. We got to do something. Sick, help us here. We're losing our audience. I thought the Santa Claus hat would do it. Ruby's. Ruby. I'm Santa Claus, and I have given him his wish. American Outlaw wanted a pony, but I sent him the one that you put the quarters in. That it rides for 3 minutes, and you got to put another quarter in. And this way, he wouldn't be spending all of his time riding a little pony. After he runs out of quarters, he could go back in his little building over there and work on his motorcycle. And in riding with Ruby, he wanted a lot of women. His Christmas present would be a lot of women. And I was spelling out to him the ramifications of having a lot of women. It's awesome. For some parts of it is awesome. The rest of it is awful. It's awful because they all got problems and they all got needs. You know what helps them with their needs? This is what helps them out when they feel like this one, like she's got tears in her eyes. You go, here, sweetie, go get you something. Go buy you a popsicle. Go get a lollipop and come back and let old Mac watch you eat the lollipop. There, that takes care of the girls. Paul, you are one of the smartest. Riding with Ruby, you are one of the smartest guys. I never even thought about earplugs, for God's sakes. Huh. You're a smart man. Hang on just for a second. Hang on. There we go. Now see there, that right there is the perfect gift. All right, so I'm thinking you're wanting 8 to 10 women, maybe. All right, I'll do that for you. I'll call a friend of mine that runs a stable of girls up at Kinnison, Maryland, up on Kinnison there in Baltimore. I'll have them down to you. I'll send them by UPS. And also for $49.95, I'll include a headset here. Sick, you're right. A gift that keeps on giving. Oh, hey, I didn't want to go there, but some of them you have to be careful. You want to make sure you use a little hygiene, because there's some gifts that stick with you forever. Ooh, you don't want that. I've heard all the stories about sailors that would come back after they've been out cavorting around, and they'd come into sick bay when they come back to their ship. My sons told me these stories. I don't know how true they are, but they don't seem to be liars. But they said you'd come in, and the old nurse would say, she had like a chopping block, like for chopping up beef and stuff. She'd say, lay it right there, and you'd lay it on there. And you wonder what she wants you to do that for, but you back in those days in the military, you minded whatever they said. So you just flop it over on the table. Then she picks up this wooden mallet. Just one quick, and you're all right for a few days. So you go back go back for a second, happened. Sailors never learned. Soldiers, like men, I think Motorbaum was in the Army, and I know American Outlaw. We were Army people. I sick. Was you military? I don't know what branch you was in, if you was in, but um, the Navy would go back after getting the old bullhead. They would end up going back over there, and oh man, what a what a time in American history. Now look at us today. Look at us today. Some of the nicest people you ever want to meet is there. 66 to 68. My brother was there in 68, and he was in a helicopter, and he was up by the DMZ. He was up in the mountain yard, up in that area, and they were shot down in a helicopter, and he was wounded pretty bad. And the 101st Airborne came in, and they rescued my brother after he was laying out there in the jungle for 9 days. Man, he had, oh shit, he got a piece of shrapnel came in and into his intestines, and his gut swelled up. And so they had to medevac him back. He spent 14 years in the Army, but after he come back from Vietnam, I don't think he ever really recovered from Vietnam. He's 88 years old now, and he struggled with Vietnam, and he's still struggling. Yeah, horrible thing. All right, and Ruby, I really hats off to you, and look, you're like a combat soldier yourself. You should have a vest with all that stuff right here. You know, the class of 71, the class of 83, you know, all those graduating classes, all the school bus, all the kids that you hauled for 39 years of hauling kids. I'm going to tell you where I was at sick in 1963. I had a really fast Plymouth Fury, and I had it in the Chrysler shop, having it worked on in Chowchilla, California. And my brother gave me a ride. He had a 46 Ford that had a Oldsmobile engine in it and a big old stick shift way up here. And we was riding down there to Chowchilla, and it came on the radio that John F. Kennedy was shot. And when I got over to the Chrysler dealer there in Chowchilla, by this time he had already died, and they had more of the story, and the whole shop's shut down. I mean, the nation come to a standstill. Even if it wasn't your political affiliation, the love for our country was so great then that the country mourned the loss of John F. Kennedy, whether he was whatever party he was associated with. And it was a hard time for a lot of people. Yeah, for the country, it was. It was it went beyond politics. It gave us, you know, sick when we came up. We went to school, and in our educational system that we was in, it told us about all of the dictators that would kill other people to move up higher, and getting political people executed was it was a way of life in South America and a way of life in Europe and Russia and all through there. And then it hit home here. Now we had, before Kennedy, others had been attempted to be assassinated and was assassinated, like with Lincoln. And hello, Mr. Dave. We were, Dave, we formed a committee while you was sleeping. No, you was over on your live event. Me and the American Outlaw and Riding with Ruby and Sick here, we formed a committee. We formed a new rubber tire deacons. So we're going to take our Harleys and we're going to ride from town to town. Now, Ruby, on long runs, Ruby's going to have a special bus, and all of us deacons, us rubber tire deacons, Dave, you're going to be one of our rubber tire deacons. This whole thing is international. And in the trailer behind, all of our Harleys and stuff will be back there. Harleys, mopeds, Hondas, hover arounds. You know, a lot of older people, they're in their little walkers, you know. That's all going to be in the trailer behind us. And we're going to go to city. And I'm going to be the deacon up in the front. And we're going to have a tarp down. And I'm going to work them up into a frenzy, Dave. I can work them up into a frenzy. And loose change will be falling out of their pockets, and Sick and Motorbomb Virginia and Riding with Ruby, they're going to be picking up the change and scooping it up and putting it in a bucket. And on Saturdays, it's going to be a combination tent revival and tie-dye and swap meet. We're going to sell Saturday T-shirts for $49.95, good quality, the best that China makes. And we're going to sell them for $49.95, a white shirt. And then after the swap meet on Saturday and the tent revival Saturday night, we're going to go down Sunday down at the lake now. Sick, we got him commissioned to do this. Sick is going to pour in all these colored dyes into the lake, like the rainbow. And then we're going to have Motorbomb Virginia is going to line them up. And he's got a cattle prod, because a lot of people are a little bit afraid of the snaky water that they're going to be going in where snakes and gators and stuff are. And if they hesitate, Motorbomb is to kind of like give them a little zap. Riding with Ruby, he's going to bring them over in the water. And we're going to have American Outlaw. He's young and strong. Okay. I'm just working out this rubber tire deacon thing here, Motorbomb. And I would love to see Dave come over to, I would drive down to Florida to see that. Yeah, Motorbomb, you're going to have one of those things. You pull a trigger and it shoots an electronic bolt. You don't want to get up that close to them, because some of them will whip you down to the ground. We're going to lead them into the water, and American Outlaw, he's going to dip them. And when they come out, they're going to have this tie-dyed shirt. And not only do they see the light, but they've got this beautiful colored shirt, tie-dyed. And, oh, man, we're going to make a fortune. Rubber Tire Deacons. We're going to unite. We're going to have an LLC. We're going to be getting a lawyer to set all this stuff up, so that we be perfectly legal. And, Dave, you will be our international ambassador to the Rubber Tire Deacons. You can spread the word all across Australia. And it's going to be so powerful. The urge to come to one of my tent revivals is going to be so powerful. They'll literally try to swim from Australia to America. And we're going to have boats sitting over there in San Diego to welcome to America. And we're going to bring the Aussies in, and we'll get them all cleaned up and everything. And yeah, it's going to be absolutely excellent. Look at this. American Outlaw is already figured out a way of dipping two at a time to speed the process up. And so he's always thinking. See, to make this entrepreneurship, we're gonna sell. You buy into our group and you can start your own chapter in Cincinnati for a small fee of what I would say like $3,000. You can buy the rights to the Rubber Tire Deacon and take it to Cincinnati, and you can start your own chapter. But 90% of the funds that you gather up comes back to the Rubber Tire Deacon, and he doles it out to. Well, Ruby, riding with Ruby, is going to have this special bus, an armored bus, and he's going to haul the money out and give the Rubber Tire Deacons that's been working tirelessly in this organization to make money. Yeah, we're going to franchise that. Thank you, Dave. That you knew what was in my head. I couldn't make it come out. We're going to franchise the Rubber Tire Deacon, and you can wake up in Billings, Montana, and you can be the proud owner of a new franchise, Rubber Tire Deacons. We might call it the Big Sky Country Rubber Tire Deacons. They may call it anything, as long as we get our 90% cut from whatever they can, gather in there in Montana. The take-ins in Montana is going to be small, but we're going to make a fortune in Florida. It's going to be a killing over there in New Jersey and anywhere there's a big population. Oh my gosh. Dave, and we're going to make an exception, but when we ride into town, the Rubber Tire Deacons will be coming in just waving their flags and everything, because that'll lure them in. You got to have a hook. Well, 90% to start with. That's just you got to build your franchises up. If you hit them too hard right at the beginning. Hippie Biker Revival Services, HBRS. We got to have an acronym. The Army now. You know how it works with American Outlaw. You know how it works with the Army. You got to come up with an acronym. Oh, yeah. They're now listen to this, Dave. Everybody is looking for a religion, but they want it to be a religion that they feel like they're controlling. They don't want a religion like Jim Jones down there in Guyana or wherever. They want one where they feel like, hey, looky, if I want to pay $300 and listen to him speak, I'm going to do it. They're going to feel like it's their idea to come listen to me. But see, I'll be using subliminal stuff. And when I do my little sermons up there, I'll set the hook, and they'll be coming back. They'll come back for more Old Mack. That's going to be our little jingle. They'll come back for Old Mack. Yeah, it was riding with Ruby. It was his idea that I'd go Christmas. I love it. Oh, American Outlaw, you've done it right there. Hippies on bikes, out ordained service. That is hobos. Oh, I love it, man. See, that's Army. That is Army. Now we're going to put our Army thinking, and we're going to hit these towns. We're going to spearhead. We're going to do blitzkrieg. I mean, listen to this. We got fast Harleys, right? Dave's Harley is really fast. We're going to be like an outlaw biblical group. And Dave's got a fast blitzkrieg. We come in, we take the town's money, and we leave quickly. Yep, that's what it's going to be. We're going to do like a blitzkrieg. It's hard-hitting, spearhead attack. And hey, looky, there's enough of us on here to have military training. I think we can make this rubber tire deacon thing a success. All it takes is the right kind of thinking. Like Candyman. Yeah. You gotta have you gotta have a hook. At Christmas time, of course, we're gonna be throwing out candy, and luring them in. And riding with Ruby, he's already probably going to go drive his school bus. It's still Friday. Riding with Ruby, he's going to have another bus. He's going to have a lot of different buses. He got the armor bus to haul our money in. Hello, Mr. Keyfob. Good morning. Let me fix you up here. While you talk amongst yourselves. Oh yeah, I'm glad you're still with us, Ruby. I'm still laying out the plan. Something like this, an operation this big, cannot be done in just a couple of minutes. It'll take more than an hour to get totally organized. While y'all talk amongst yourself, I'm going to go in there and see if I can find a crescent wrench for Adventures of Keyfob. He's one of the good guys. I'll give you them. I'll throw you one of them crescent wrenches. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. Oh, yeah. We can work this out. It just takes a little thought. I mean, some of them people's got some really tight wallets. It's going to be hard to get in, but we'll work schemes and we'll work things where we can get to their wallet quicker. The main thing is get as much as you can on the first. You may not get a second grab, so. Oh yeah, probably damage from the storm. All right, let me get this. We're almost there. We're almost there. Oh, in 2011, Bob, we had a 4-foot hole knocked in our house. We had a tornado here that just really tore us up really bad. Oh, I'm gonna practice some transcendental meditation. Where you got to use the eyes. The eyes is the gateway to the soul. So I'm gonna learn how to make my eyes be piercing. You got to get a certain amount of gaze, and you emphasize with your eye, and you got to work at it. You got to work at it. We're getting closer. Uh, we're almost there. And we are there now. And now we got it all taken care of. Okay. Okay, so oh, that's nice. I'm glad to see Bob and Sick working out some details there. Hey, Dave, can you just hear the rubber tired deacons coming into town all from a distance? If I'm sitting down here at a little mom and pop's cafe having me a cup of strong Joe, and I'm sipping on my Joe, and I hear the rumblings, and I feel the shaking, and I see the glass of water on the counter on the table. It just vibrating, and I look over at the water, and it's vibrating, and the sound is getting louder, and the bass sounds of those big pistons pounding is getting louder, and it's coming in closer. And you're saying, you turn to your woman across the table, she's eating some grits over there and butter. You go, hey, Vera, are they supposed to be a storm today? She said, hell no. Didn't you see the flyer over there at the IGA store? Right on the flyer it said, the rubber tired deacons are coming to Butte, Montana. And that's them a coming. They said they're going to be riding Harleys. Oh, when Earl is sitting there with Vera at the cafe up there in Butte, Montana, he said, I got to go see what the hell all that noise is about. Vera, keep the flies off my eggs while I'm out there. I'm going to go see what all this ruckus is about. And he goes out there and he sees this dust. Well, that's nothing unusual for Montana. There's a lot of dust. And then out of the dust, here comes the rubber tarred deacons. And at this point right here, I don't know how that happens, but music starts playing in the background. And Earl said, turn that damn radio off, Vera. I'm trying to watch these Harley guys. I ain't got the radio on, Earl. It's just one of those deals like in the old days when we used to watch Roy Rogers. He would come into town with all them horses. The sons of the pioneers from somewhere out there would start singing. You never saw them, but they was there. Now you picture the scene in Butte, Montana. Earl is totally mesmerized by the sight he is seeing. There is a guy up in the front of the pack wearing all white. And he's got it specially formulated so it catches the light and has a slight glow to it, aura, if you will, an aura above the main rider. And they're in a wedge shape. Way back in behind is riding with Ruby with the armored bus. Well, it's heavily armored. Not only is it heavily armored, but I'm glad that train finally got into the station. He's way back there in the back, driving the bus. And it's going to be an epic. And then it's kind of like, you remember in the Cecil B. DeMille's production when the gladiators come riding into the stadium, and then the trumpets, those great big trumpets. We're going to have Sick and Motorbomb Virginia and Dave. Y'all going to be blowing While riding your Harleys now, you're going to be blowing the trumpet. And the townspeople, Vera, you better get out here. You ain't never seen anything like this before. And make sure you cover my eggs up. Don't want no flies on my eggs. Yeah, American Outlaw, we're going to turn this into I'm just using the little town of Butte, Montana. I like little towns, you know. Well, what's good about Butte? You can flee either direction. And I'm going to tell you what, if things get really bad over there in Butte, you're only just a little ways from the Badlands. And guys like us sometimes have to go to the Badlands to let things cool off. You know, you get my drift? Because sometimes they get up in arms. I don't know. Well, especially with the tie-dye shirts on Sunday. The dye, when you first time Vera puts it in the washing machine, she's got one of them old Maytags out there on the back porch. It's got a gasoline motor on it, and she throws. This is next week after our rubber tire deacon's moved on to another town. She throws the tie-dye shirts over in there, and she's like, "Earl, give me your shirt off your back. You've been wearing it since Sunday, and you begin to smell pretty right." "All right, here's a damn shirt, Vera." And she throws it in the washing machine. She comes out, and all the colors they run together. Now it's a pink shirt. "Earl, here's your shirt." "I ain't gonna wear no damn pink shirt. I'm in Montana." "Hell, you don't want them cowboys coming up in here with their lassos. It wouldn't be good." So we got to work on it, folks, to make the money that is possible. And I know each and every one of y'all got it in you. We can make some money. See there, Adventures with Key Fob has now he's got a crescent wrench. Fully adjustable. Well, we've been having some fun. I think Ruby, he's got to be getting on this. Oh, there's a joke about Montana cowboys and sheep and tall boots. That's the reason you wear them tall boots. They can slip the hind legs. Oh, we don't want to go there. Oh, no. That's not meant to be told in certain company. Only after you've had a few beers. We do have some fun. One thing about it, everybody on here is fun-loving people. Nobody ever takes anything we have to do seriously. We could just worry you to death with politics and all that other stuff. And it would be, I mean, if you want to see that, the TV would be going if I wanted to see that kind of crap. All that stuff is everywhere you turn. This damn phone right here is eat up with crap. I don't care where you go, no matter what you do, there's going to be some crap on there. Well, the next story right below me sitting there talking in Santa Claus is a story about a trial. I escaped reality through this. Let me see. My hat needs to be adjusted. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Felt like I've adjusted my jock strap. Yeah, we escape reality and we come over here to YouTube and we run across people. Oh, damn. Oh, blessed be you. You got good news about your eyes. That is really good. Old Mac here had to go this year in 2024, and old Mac had to go and get LASIK surgery. So I'm really dreading it. LASIK surgery. Sounds terrible. Surgery in the eyes. So I go in there expecting the worst. And he said, okay, I'm going to put some drops in your eyes. And it's going to be a little blurry, but whatever, he said. And lay back here. And he brought this machine over my face. And I can't believe it. He went in through my eyeball with a laser beam, poked a tiny hole in my behind my eye. You know, he poked some holes. I don't remember how many holes he poked in there. The vision was back like when I was 20 years old, young. I had to maintain in my position Jaeger J1 acuity, um, and I maintained it for many, many years. Jaeger J1 acuity. If you look at an airline, a pilot, a fighter, a combat pilot, they have to maintain Jaeger J1 acuity, the ability to see the color definitions and field of view and all that stuff has got to be. You got to have these eyes like I've got like eagle eyes. I can read at great distance. But when I get up really, really closely, I can read my phone right here. I can read that right there. I have no problem. But if I was to read this right here, that down here, if I was to read that, I don't think the camera is going to pick it up. Yeah, there it is right there. If I was to read that, I would have to have, oh, this look even better. Look at this right here. Look right here. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, boys and girls, old Santa Claus, he is, yeah, you know, Mrs. Claus, she came in this morning. Oh, she looking fine. You know, she's a big, buxom Swedish girl. Uh, you know, you'd think old Santa Claus would have this old lady, you know, would have this old lady uh, hanging around. Oh, no. Last year, when I was flying over Sweden, that big old buxom woman, she waved up at me, and I just kind of veered the old sled right down in that little old town, and she hopped on the back and kissed my neck, and she threw packages out, and she's been just for the last year, she's been really good to old Santa Claus. You know, you catch my drift. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was acting like a fool. I should have been reading. Ruby, you're my number one fan. Well, maybe number two. Or maybe three. All right, you're in the top 10. Okay, Ruby, I'll assure you this. You're probably in the top 100 for sure. Well, I'm going to tell you what. out of 1 million people, I'd say, Dave, you're, let me see. How many people are they in the world? 9 billion? Buddy, you're right in there. You're right in there. Well, there's the camera up here. You're right in there, riding with Ruby. Woo! I can see again. Well, you got to be somewhere, and you got to have a value. Look at name. There's name all up in here. Hello, name. Ho 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 ho. Oh, you're a good guy, Dave. Hey, I was busy talking, name, when you came in, and I didn't look over there. I was just being crazy. Crazy. Crazy for loving you. I can be as crazy as I want to. I'm going to tell you why. When you're 84 years old, you don't give a rat's ass about anything. Why should you? Just have fun and don't even worry about it. About nothing. Time goes on so slowly. Not with me. It's like you pull the rope on the Energized Bunny. Then hello again. Name. We got this idea. Me and riding with Ruby and Dave and American Outlaw, of celebrating Christmas a little early. Now, American Outlaw, he wanted a pony. So I gave him a pony that you put quarters in. There's the Desert Outlaw. Get your coffee, Desert Outlaw, and come on in and join us there. We got the American Outlaw, the Desert Outlaw. Oh, let me take care of you, Desert Outlaw. I meant to do that the other day. Let me go down in here and Desert Outlaw. There we go. There we go. You're in like Flynn. There you go. So the American Outlaw, he wanted a pony. So I gave him a pony, and he got so mad at me because you got to put quarters in it so he can ride it. Well, it rocks back and forth, you know. And riding with Ruby wanted women, lots of women. Now, he didn't say, listen to this, riding with Ruby, well, American Key Fob, have a great day. Riding with Ruby, he wanted women. Now, he didn't say, I want a woman. He said he wanted women. And that was pretty easy to do because, you know, Old Mack has got some women on his list. And I fixed him up. And you notice he ain't talking now. You don't see nothing from Riding with Ruby because he's got some sitting in his lap. He's got some of them kissing his neck. He's got some of them rubbing his belly. And he purrs like a kitten when you rub his belly. And they found that rubbing his belly, sometimes if you rub him wrong on the belly, his hind leg will kick. His hind leg will start kicking. The girls love it when they make his hind leg kick. They scratch behind his ear, you know. Good boy, good boy. And he'll start talking after a while. Right now, I'm keeping an eye on you riding with Ruby. And you and all that bevy of beauties. I gave him good looking women now. I didn't give him Montana women. I gave him good looking women. There ain't nothing wrong with a Montana woman. They just ain't very many of them. I was out there. I had to stay a year. I had to go out there and live in a remote area of Montana. That was the longest. Oh man, that was a long time. But there ain't no women in Montana. Well, old Rancher Bob, he's got himself a woman. Don't forget about Earl and Vera. They live down there in Butte. Earl and Vera. They don't never leave the cafe. I always find it sort of odd that when the camera turns to Earl and Vera sitting there in that little cafe in Butte, Montana, they don't ever leave. They're always there. It's really odd. I'm thinking somewhere along the line, and he's never changed his shirt. My pleasure with the it's adjustable now. You know, I didn't give you just one of them 3/8 wrenches. I gave you an adjustable. Oh, we were speaking earlier. Oh, I think I told you, Dave, earlier about my niece. She's moving to Vietnam. Her and her husband. They're going to go over and pick up a big boat they're having built in Vietnam, and they're going to do a worldwide tour in their sailing craft. It's a rather large one, and him and her are going to live in the boat and go around the world and do all the things that she used to hear her uncle talking about, and she's going to go do them. I talk a good game, but she's going to fulfill my heart's desire. Oh, that would be fantastic, Desert Outlaw. Just roaming the seas, and I did 2 tours on the U.S. aircraft carrier Nimitz. I got some videos here in YouTube. I got to do 2 tours on the Nimitz, and I sailed with them on 2 different cruises, and I really enjoyed it. Now we worked every day. We didn't get it like a free ride. We worked 13 hours a day. That's a sailor's day aboard the Nimitz. CVN 68 is an aircraft carrier Nimitz. It's still a good operating ship. And you talk about something beautiful. If you're out there on the Pacific Ocean and they're going to launch out, oh, maybe we're within whatever the range they have on them jets, F-14s. When I was aboard the Nimitz, we had F-14s and FA-18s that were FA-18s were there, and the T6 A6 Intruder was there too. But we was phasing the A6 Intruder out, and I used to go up on the 09 deck. That's up there where your radar and all that stuff is at. 09 deck, there's a crow's nest on the Nimitz. I used to get up there and they'd launch all those planes out early in the morning, just as the sun was coming up. The sun would be over here. And so you look to the left and the sun would be rising. and it would just highlight the planes. And when they rolled out the end of the deck, flames would be coming back, and that sunlight would shine through, and you could see the diamonds in the exhaust and the flame that you're making. That's where the sound barrier and everything is being broken inside that envelope of power. It was beautiful. And the catapult, of course, would be steaming. They use fresh water for the catapult, and there's 4 catapults on there. And watch all the planes, and then they might be taking the aircraft over to a naval facility on land, and a whole new bunch of planes would come in, because they got a big service center, a big shop on the Nimitz. But am I frozen up? No, I'm moving. They had a big, they could repair the engines and stuff like that, but they would bring on a whole new fleet. A whole new crew would be changed over. When you have a full wing, you've got 7,000 people on the Nimitz. 7,000. It's like a city. You got shopping places and grocery store. You can go buy snacks, and you got a 5-star dining on the Nimitz. The food is just outstanding. I always eat it at Chief Mess, and you get your own reserve tables, and the food is just top notch. To go out there at sunset, and off out there between you and the sun is a submarine, and that submarine's riding along with you, and he's always just out there. You don't always see him, but he'll come up and he'll have his conning tower out. And when you ride with the 6th Fleet, you have destroyers. We called it the pachyderm. It's a big supply ship. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it would bring us 1 million gallons of fuel to the Nimitz, and it would bring us fresh eggs and movies and stuff that would come on that big, we call it the pachyderm, that big elephant, big ship. It's so neat to watch them guys shoot the lines over. They shoot them with a gun that rolls the line out. Then they can bring the hose back, and they'll pump in all that fuel. And you can go out there in the evening and watch the sun go down, go up on the 09 deck and get up there and watch the sun go down. And these crazy people that think the earth is flat, you get up on the 09 deck and watch that sun sink below the horizon. I think if from the top of the 09 deck, you've got about 25, 30 miles you can see on the water before it goes over the curvature. Yeah, there's a curvature on the earth enough. You can see it. And I used to go up there, and they got this big telescope. It's about that big around. It's very big. And you'd wheel it around. It's mounted. You'd bring it around, and you'd put it in the extended wide area, and you would look, and you'd see the tips of a sailing craft. One of our ships would be out there 25 miles out, and he'd be coming toward you, so you'd watch that mast get bigger and bigger, and all of a sudden the silhouette of the ship would appear. When it got within that 25-mile range, with that telescope, you can see that ship. And it was beautiful. Have I run everybody off? Let me see if I'm still alive. No, shows I'm still alive. So I can't tell by the screen if I'm alive, because its camera is mounted right there on the screen, and it's going right there in the computer. So it would tell me it was transmitting, but I didn't know if y'all was able to see me, but it looks like you're seeing me. I'm moving. Here's one finger up. And there's about a 2-second delay. A little bit of a delay in there. Are you talking about the rubber tire deacons? When we get organized name, is that who? Are they going to have a YouTube channel too? The rubber tire deacons, when we get organized, and we're not going to be a criminal organization, we're going to be a righteous organization. We're going to have a team of attorneys, of course, working for free. You never pay an attorney. They're going to get part of the take, and we're going to go across America. We're going to be international. Dave is going to be our ambassador, and he's going to, he's going to pass out the literature over in Australia. Letting everybody know where the Rubber Tire Deacon channel is at. I've been practicing the gaze. You got to have that kind of like a demented gaze. That's how you fix them. When somebody comes to your channel, they see the gaze. Once they see that gaze, they'll start sending $100 bills. I tell you, when I realized there was a lot of power in religion, I used to watch a religious broadcast when I lived in Washington State. I believe it wasn't, what was his name? He was the one that was going to jump off if he didn't get a $6 million. He was the guy from Oklahoma, the minister. What was his name? Anyhow, he was going to kill himself if he didn't get enough money, because Jesus wanted him to have $6 million by the weekend. I guess he's going to buy a jet or something. So he didn't kill himself, but he was talking about it and everything. But I felt sorry for him, and he said, if you send me $39.95, I will send you a 45 RPM record. See, it's way back in the 70s, maybe the 60s. It was way back there. I will send you a 45 RPM record with the healing power that I possess. And I'm going to put this in that record. And all you got to do is put the record on the turntable, and the healing will commence as soon as the audio starts to emanate from your speakers. You will feel the power. So I sent the $39 in. You said 6 weeks for delivery. Well, I waited for my 6 weeks. And I saw my wife, that would be wife number 3. She was a really good human being. She's not on this earth any longer. She went to be with the Creator. But, she come running back. I seen she had a package in her hand. I was so excited. And she come running in with that little package. And it was from that minister from Oklahoma that had that university over there. I won't name his name. I think he's passed on, but his son is doing good business. I opened it up, sure enough, there. Oh my God, I was so excited. I told her, I said, get the record player going. And she fired it up and went through all the stuff. Back in the long time ago, things wasn't so automated, so she had to do this and do that. We had what they call the Marantz Entertainment Center. It had your 8-track in it. It had a record player, FM, AM, and all that. So she finally went through all the modes and kind of got the old turntable turning. So I pulled the record out. Oh my God. You know, a 45 RPM record, you know, normally has a pretty good sized hole in it. And the problem being is, if you didn't have that little adapter, you couldn't put it on your turntable. When I looked at the record, it didn't have a hole in the record at all. The power that was in that record healed the hole in the record. So I know about power. I learned it for $39.95. I learned about the power. It healed that record. Healed that record. I was so heartbroken. I guess it used up all its power because what I done, I went out there and got me a punch and measured and kind of calculated where the center was. And I poked a hole in it, put it over there, and it went. And I could put my hand on top of the record, and I went. And I was doing like getting down and doing some groovy and I turned the power way up. I had a 240 amp power, 240 watts, and I was sliding my hand over the record. I was grooving out and everything, but there was nothing out of it. We got 6 people in here, but nobody's talking. Am I the only one doing any talking? Well, maybe my insanity has driven people away. Dave, did you go somewhere? American Outlaw? Oh, riding on Ruby. Ruby, you're my #1 fan. Yeah, I found you on the list right over here. You're going to get your bevy of beauties. I done called my friend up in Kennison. He runs a stable of girls out of Kennison, and he's going to send them down by UPS. Big Brown, what can Big Brown do for you? Well, I hope my insanity didn't drive anybody off, but it's my channel. I can be as crazy as I want to. It may run everybody off, but I'm going to have a sticker on their butts that said "Hands off, driver." UPS. You hate to get your woman from Kennison. And time you get her riding on Ruby, she's got handprints all over her. I hate that. I really do. They have them handprints all over them, everything. But I got to say, now my girls are slightly used. They are going to be some handprints. And so you want to use a little caution. Yeah. Now listen to this. Used but not abused. Now these quality. I'll tell you how quality they are. Now, when you see them, don't be a little surprised that they don't have a belt on. The girls that you're going to be getting. And on the side, they got a change maker. You know, because if you're going to have a good time with them, sometimes you have to break a dollar bill. They'll take the dollar and give you the change back, you know. They got change makers on it. And they're craftsmen. They know their trade. You know, here's the deal. How hard could it be to be in that business? It's the oldest business in the world. I mean, it's been around forever. So you're going to be enjoying culture that has been refined over the eons of time. Yahoo! Oh, buddy. Christmas only comes once a year. But here we are on October the 4th. It's actually October the 5th in some parts of the world, I think. Let's see. All right, 12 hours from now, it'll be 20 minutes to 11, 12. Okay. We're getting close to the witching hour, and some parts of the world is fixing to roll over already to the 4th. It may be already the 4th in some places. Save a horse and ride a cowgirl. Yahoo! You know, they are a term it's used. It's called rodeo sex. Are you familiar with that, riding on Ruby? Rodeo sex. Hey, Miss EB. We'll have to reserve that joke for later there. I'll tell you later there, riding on Ruby. How you doing, Miss EB? Glad you had a chance to come and join us. We're celebrating. You being a little crazy. I am. Oh, that was Ruby said he'd be a little crazy. Oh, it's time to sleep. Happy kitty, warm kitty. Oh, what was that song that used to be uh, on the Big Bang when Sheldon couldn't sleep? He had to have his mama to sing Happy Kitty. 11:35. See, I guessed it pretty close. I said it's coming up on the witching hour of midnight. Yeah, it is 10:35 here on Central Standard Time in the morning. So in just 20 minutes or so, you're going to be already on the 4th of October or 5th of October. Yeah, I'm looking at the time on the computer. 11:36 here. Well, probably when you looked at it, there's a time delay. Yeah, we're 10:36 here. We're 10:36 here in Central Standard Time, AM. Yeah, you're over on the East Coast time. I'm in Central Standard Time. You know, this is a little known fact riding on Ruby. Alabama is in Central Standard Time, right? But if you go to Phoenix City, Alabama, it's in Eastern Standard Time. There's a little dogleg in Alabama that goes over into the Eastern Standard Time because, see, right there at Phoenix City, across the Chattahoochee is Fort Benning, Georgia. And they wanted everything to be in Eastern Time. And so when they draw the line, they made Fort Benning, made Phoenix City and Alabama part of Eastern Standard Time. That's one of the little known facts. Well, EB, go and get you some rest and sleep. And I'm full of trivia crap. My head is just stuffed full of that crap. I retain all them little things that sticks in your head, and all of the good things I should be retaining is muddled up. Well, crap. Wait till you get all them women. When they get there, you're going to have so much of that going on that you ain't going to have time to think. Miss E.B., I'm sending riding with Ruby a stable of women for Christmas. He wanted women. So I'm going to send him lots of women his way. I'm here to make people happy. That's what Santa does. If you're not gone already, Miss E.B., what do you want for Christmas? I know you're going to the Philippines. I know you're going to have your Christmas next year in the Philippines. Oh, don't make me sing the song by Roy Orbison. Cry over you, cry. So early. Oh, but Christmas is in the heart. Where's the heart? The heart. You know, the Christmas is in the heart. I look like an old drunk mall Santa, don't I? I tell you. Old Santa. I've been working the mall for 34 years. And I got peace stains in my red suit. That's the reason I'm not wearing it today. I had to send it out to the cleaners. Okay. So the Christmas starts well, that's the way it is here too, because in November, when you think you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, all the stores are full of Christmas stuff. Now, right now, this is October. This is the month of the witches, the living dead, you know, and stuff has been out ever since July. Halloween stuff. Oh, I'm doing Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas, you dirty animal.
Are you my little Christmas present?
No.
What?
Oh, I'm the Christmas elf.
You're the elf on the shelf.
I'm the elf on the shelf.
That's
Did you take your meds?
No, I have not. Okay. With that, I'm gonna bid you all a fair adieu. She just reminded me we got things to do. She just come in. She is like, well, we've been at it for 3 hours and 4 minutes. I have. And I think we've hit a grand total of 6 people watching. I've set a record today.
Record for you.
But what? Guess what? 4 of the 6 was really happy. I ain't gonna say which one. Say hello to Miss E.B.
Hi, E.B. How are
You
you?
have to speak a little louder.
My voice
Say
is a
hello.
little hoarse today.
All right, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Miss E.B.
Hello, Miss E.B.
She said hello right back to you. Well, let me shut this operation down here.
Until tomorrow.
Because we're on TVA power, and right now they're having to put an extra generator in line just to keep my equipment running so I can stay on the air. Every day when I end one of these, it's like parting. is such sweet sorrow, right?
Sure, why not?
She's ready to go riding on the Harley. She's a motorcycle mama. With that, we'll say, have a great day. I love each and every one of you. Oh, she can hear you coughing.
Sorry,
You should not cough in public, honey.
I coughed into my
Okay.
tissue.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll forgive you this time. Be safe, Ruby, and go ride your bike to work. And we're going to go out and give it a fling. Tomorrow's going to be a great riding day. We're going to be riding with Ray and Miss Katie Bug and whoever else comes and joins us on the ride. So my Christmas will come tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope some of the local people come out and ride with us, but hey, we're going to have a good time. God bless you. And please come back and join us another time. Yeah, Sick. When we get the rubber tired deacons on the air, we're going to count on you to be our Florida representative, and we're going to make a fortune. I got a feeling. Love you. Bye-bye. Bye.